What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, y'all, I'll be reviewing, recapping Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 10, Episode 2. Yeah, y'all been following me for a while. And shout out to my YouTube fans, of course. I haven't done this in about at least a year or two as far as reviewing. I may, even though that was foul, Bravo up there sliding, with Married to Medicines and Fridays and stuff. You know, maybe they get back over there. If I have time, I'll also review them as well. But let's get into this episode. It kind of was a series, depending how you're looking at it as far as entertainment value, was not really, really entertainment. We had some serious moments of whatever. But, what I really wanted to talk about, first of all, was, Cherie, and we'll talk about it a little later. Now, Cherie is going to a life coach. She met this named Jack Daniels. Not confused with that whiskey. But she talks about feeling like how she's been suppressing and compressing the feelings that she's had and realized coming back as far as being where she was in an abusive relationship with her ex-husband, which this was brought up, last year. And she's all of a sudden started crying. She's been holding on to it because she wanted to make sure, to keep up the appearances to her children, and this whole appearance that she's so strong, that weakness, it's like there's a sign of weakness in the fragile, like they said, that takes away from her strength, So he's giving her assignment to work with talking to friends about trying to talk to, so eventually she can tell her kids, because even though the kids most likely have all seen, last season and in the reunion and everything, she obviously, at least around this time, has not discussed with them about what, about really what has happened. And she knows she's going to have to say something. But they did show the beginning, they show Cairo with this famous, I don't know, hot cakes, pancakes, whatever, how they've seen in the show, everybody's houses, blah, blah, blah. So she goes to Candy's house. Candy's tired as hell, but she was able to talk her. They took roads. Like Candy was talking as Sheree, and Sheree was able to talk to her family, her friends were able to help her as far as you're doing a good job. So eventually, in the future, we're willing that she will be able to, talk to her kids about, that situation. So let's get into Kenya. Now, they also had a scene where Kenya and Cynthia was there, but it was like she was there, but she's talking about her marriage and how she's happy, but, they're kind of like her husband right now. He's through New York, and, she met him through Chef Roulette. Y'all remember that? I used to like that series and watch Chef Roulette when he had, I think he had like a couple seasons, but I think I watched season 2. He even did like a party and stuff when Candy was like reducing bedroom Candy. He did the food and entrees for that. And I remember his sister, and they were head, but his sister was like managing, helping find these, the gigs and stuff, whatever. And they really need to bring that show. I actually liked that Chevrolet when he had a show, And so he was the one hooked up with this guy. He has several businesses, but it's tied in New York, and she's sitting here in Atlanta, and she's still trying to adjust. She's talking to Brandon about, just trying to adjust and dealing with all the public stuff. He wasn't even there. About, her dad wasn't there, the dogs weren't there, and stuff like that. There's no, nobody was, it was people there. We seen it was people there if y'all looked in the photos, but ain't nobody that really was there, okay? So, all of a sudden, to make a long story short, she goes and she's crying, and she's talking to the producers, because she's like, she's just sick and tired, but she doesn't want to get divorced. She's like, oh, this stuff is going on. My husband didn't sign up for this. But I'm like, that's a chance you took because you are, a little teenage, your face been out there, you've been trolling and shit and all this other stuff. So it's kind of like, this has happened, and, the whole thing about, this is kind of expected to happen, unfortunately, you put yourself up. I'm just a little YouTuber, but there's a chance that you put your face that anybody can see it. You know what I mean? Once you put yourself on certain platforms, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just okay? But that's what I'm saying. And she's been I don't get the wrong title, but I'm just saying she won a pageant with tiara and shit for the USA. That's all I gotta say. I ain't gonna get them confused, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or nothing like that, okay? Been a couple movies, exercise in production, and she said blah blah blah. But I'm just saying she's out there now. She's kind of like then people were saying like mean stuff or whatever. But it's been questionable. Has she have paid for to be with a couple men, or she's not? You just having one of those type of talks, and she's just like, her husband's ex-girlfriend been sending stuff from 25 years ago who she dated. She just doesn't want to get divorced. She crying about and stuff like that. Crying that we don't see and stuff like that. So they kind of just switch to the next scene. And the reason why I have this look on my face, I'm not trying to be sarcastic, because I would have known. Like I said, I'm not going to bring it up because I don't have the proof, and I can't find that whether it was an X's or LVD magazine where she also technically said she was married. Okay, you know what? I'm not about to get into it because it doesn't make any sense. That was been long ago, whatever. But I thought that she was married before. I'll just say it that because it was in the magazine and stated, and she had a son, her and his husband with a milk dud, thing. We're just gonna let it be. But I'm just saying, like, I still thought you were married based on having a whole full article and stuff and saying you were going to school for Wednesday for psychology and everything, and this is exactly home words, and it was in one of those articles. Okay. Anyways, but like I said, congrats to her being married, but it was just like, it's taking a toll down on her, whatever. I think she finally just showed her husband on a live stream or something recently as well, but okay. But then you got Cynthia and her talking, that's now. Cynthia thought that since she was single, Kenya and her were going to be single and living a life or whatever. And, Cynthia is letting us know that how bad, because how she had, letting us know she's still bad, still one of the baddest, whatever, women around. They have a scene where you're just like, oh, Lord, taking off the robe. They don't show her nude. And I'm thinking, like, would she just come over the cameras? Would she just get butt-ass naked in her damn tub? But she's up here just all lavishly and so she's let it be known, like, here I am with, the deers and the squirrels, and I'm just by myself. And I thought she was going to say this, but baby, that was just only in my mind. Like, the squirrels are not the only ones trying to get a nut around here, okay? I wanted to be, that's not what she said, but that was just my head then. But it's like, I'm starting to feel a little alone and stuff like that, but it's like, let's give her an advertisement, like some butter, some bath butter milk or whatever, but she was letting it be known, like, she just was giving a scene where it was relaxing, was sensual, and probably to some couple of them, Match.com for people she can men she can meet up with, okay? But anyway, she goes on a date later on that she's met. I forgot who she said who introduced her to the guy, right? And she's first going there. I first thought, honestly, when she was going up the spot, that maybe she was looking for another, Bailey agency, another, business, whatever, location, or expanding, to another location. She meets the guy. And he's like, first it looked like you see some chickens. And I'm like, with Cynthia, I see some chickens outside. And she's going up the stairs. And the building, when you go to the stairs, it's not even clear why. So we don't know it's going to be some voodoo ritual or some shit with some damn chickens or whatever. Or they're about to make some perfect fried chicken. I would have been Cynthia like, you know what? Can we turn to the left? But the guy was like, no, you keep going the right direction. So you go farther down. And he has a photography steward. But then he's got her down, basically, shady dress. They doing her hair. And he's taking photos of her. And I'm thinking, oh, he's just trying to add to the collection. Is he got one of them Spanish taking pictures of models or something? I'm just saying, But, Cynthia Schuster, she was, one of the top models and stuff like that. So maybe she, not American Top Model. I'm just saying with the top models, period. Not the reality show. Okay. So I'm thinking what she used to this, but I even was like, that's a part of the date. But he did make it romantic towards the end where they go to a room. You got rose petals, candles, and all this stuff. And they got the dinner. They talking. And then she was told that he was 31 or 32, not like me, because she just turned fabulous 50. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. But she found out he just turned 29 or was his way turned 29. And then she just started 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. I was old enough to have you. And she just like feeling uncomfortable, like just being, the friends thing. And not friends with benefits. Like, she ain't trying to, cool girl. She ain't trying to be a puma. She darn sure, what I'm saying? She ain't trying to give you like baby leopard. Like, just, we're not going towards there, okay? So she even talks later on to her daughter about it, who is seeing somebody in Charleston, and her daughter actually loves. She was showing flashbacks about how when she first started, when she was on the series, and now she's growing up, and she tells her mama, because she brings about the age, and even she was like, "Mama, oh, that's a little bit too young there. You old enough to have him. You need to leave that alone." But she likes Charleston because she is more quiet, with peace there, even if she didn't have a boyfriend there. But if we paid attention, she's also asking about House Peter. And like I said, she seems like she's thinking that despite what everything they went through, that Peter and her can just be like cordial friends and fantastic and every damn thing. And it's kind of like, because she's asking, well, how's Peter? Because Peter's keeping an eye, I guess, on her when she goes to Charles or whatever. And she's going to she just graduated with just congrats with all A's in high school. And she's taking a year off, to get a brief, decide what she wants to do, Because Cynthia said that's what her mom would also allow to do as well. And that's how she was able to get, I guess, the model world stuff. So she's going to take, a route where she's just taking a break, a year break, and decide what she wants to do. But like I said, she was asking about Peter a little bit, whatever, but they got off that. Okay. Nene was in this episode, whatever. Candy, like I said, was in the episode, but really towards the end. I'll go get to Shami, whatever, in a minute. But let's go and slide on in to Portia. Now, Portia and her sister Laura, her mama's there, and I think her auntie's there. I forgot what the lady's name. I'm not trying to be rude. I didn't feel like reversing and rewinding because I had a DVR and watching it again. But they're talking, and all of a sudden you finally see Laura's little baby. And Portia gets into the confessionals and tells that the moving, and it's been kind of a little different between Laura and her child's father. In other words, obviously, there's a strong chance that they broke up, or unless he's moving out of town and she's just staying until we get themselves together, whatever. Temporary, she's supposed to move, she didn't get into that. But the baby and her are staying in with Portia, so they just talking a little bit, blah, blah, blah. They didn't talk much or whatever, but they were just talking about how they used to live with each other, blah, 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 all the other stuff. Nothing stood out personally to me. It didn't. And, they work together, talk alike, they even sound alike. You can lose your mind. If y'all remember Patty Duke, y'all understand it. But I'm just saying that's pretty much what we were getting as far as how much close she is to her sister. Now, we got later on where we have Samia. She's finally, she already had like a wedding, but it's not, it's wedding ceremony, but it's not one where you get tied down paper marriage license and stuff. So her wedding's actually going to be in Kenya. Okay, Kenya, Africa, okay? So, her and Candy end up meeting, at the shop of Sheree Pierce later. And we found out that Portia is going to, like, this type of bridal shower that she's having. But she's not attending, even though Shami was supposed to be her best friend, supposedly. And we all know how she started separating with the freaking fact, and especially the whole, who's screwing who, they got a date rape job, who's up here, I know that ain't no way her and blah, blah, blah is close without banging each other, blah, 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 okay? So, they even showed a shortcut when Phaedra was doing the famous this and was saying, indicating that Candy and Shami were fucking. Isn't that interesting? So, anyway, Portia, who has a doctor's excuse and has a rare condition called sesame seed, VME, sausage, whatever the hell she was talking about, okay? I'm not making fun because there are people who can, if they be on an airplane, I think they even happen in Nene. They have health scares and some people, and I think that might have contributed, I don't know for sure, or God rest his soul, the rapper, actor, artist, Heavy D. And it's happened to a couple other people where if they're on a plane too long, it does something to circulation in their, blood vessels or something in their legs, and it can affect them, even to the point of possibly, lose their life or something. But it went from as a health reason for Portia and also a money reason. She's saying $2,000 is too expensive for her to be on there, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. But that's her excuses. It just seemed like once the whole thing with her Phaedra, even before this whole thing came out, excuse the pun, I meant whole, not whole, but they've been kind of fading in the field, and kind of like Portia, based on reviews and what I have seen, whatever, like she kind of had pushed Shamiya to the side a little bit, because you only more so seen her with Phaedra than you did see Shamiya, maybe, past beyond the show, but that's all I see, freaking frack, okay? A lot of us did, okay? So, anyway, like I said, they're talking about that. Sheree comes in, and they're talking a little bit woo-woo-woo, and they talked a little bit about, like, the whole thing about, again, like, listen, that's when it started, about Portia attending, but, Candy, some professionals, like, at least I ain't gotta worry about her coming, that's less time I have to see her, whatever, woo-woo-woo. So, like I said, I don't think Cynthia attended Shamine's wedding. I don't think she know it like that. Kenya was there. Nene was there. Oh yeah, I know they had asked about. I forgot to mention Miss Wine when Portia was talking to her mama, possibly auntie, and the sister was there too, and they were talking a little bit like the party, whatever. I think it was Cynthia party. And of course, Portia brought up again about how Nene was talking about they need to be fired and all this stuff, and she just bringing this up, for her own to get some own attention or something like that. And because they asked about Nene, and I think her mom also, I think Portia's mom asked about, did she see Candy? And Portia's trying to say like they're in a cool place. Yeah, pause. Okay, but okay, we can all have our own imagination, okay? But even Candy's looking forward to not having a fake hug or pretend like they're cool or anything like that, okay? And so, like I said, Portia still feels some type of way that Nene asked for them to be fired freaking frack. And I'm personally going by my own personal opinion, y'all, because I'm team myself and I'm team by right is right. My team is team right is right, wrong is wrong. That's what I'm on, okay? So even if I quote like somebody, if they on some bullshit, they gonna get called out, okay? But as far as I'm concerned, considering the allegations and stuff that was made, because it was already the Candy, Todd, and even down to Tamia saying like they were she was part. I was like Candy, I've been with Todd, threesome, foursomes, orangutan, pyramids, tripods, all the other stuff. That was a lot going on. And even though, Portia felt some type of way, it was kind of like you kind of done stuff that would have actually could have said Phaedra was fired and Portia was fired because she was the main one saying, well, I heard that somebody said this and blah, 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 and whatever. Because people can say like, oh, you playing that victim role so full of BS. You see what I'm saying? So whatever. So, but she's saying because, Nene said that, they need to be fired, but you're not looking, maybe because it's outside looking in, like looking at what the heck was being said. That was some serious allegations that were made. And she was the cheerleader with the pom-poms saying like as if this actually was true. Okay, that this was attempted and going along with the rumors like, yeah, that is true. Because this person told me. Okay. The imaginary ghost in the damn closet. Okay, that's pretty much what she was going by. But I'm just saying. So, anyways, so let's go. We're going to, also we had another scene that, like I said, they're talking about going to, like I said, this episode, like I said, was complete filler. And then we got Portia, which we just seen her going down, slim down some back ribs whenever I was coming over there. And, but now this week she watched What the Hell or something like that. One of those, awareness about basically what we're eating, which is traumatization itself. And now she's a baby vegan. So she's getting rid of all the meat. I guess her sister is not meeting neither because she ain't telling her sister like, hey, maybe we can fry and grill those and shit before you throw those away. Or how about the stuff you ain't wrapped? Maybe we can take to a church or another non-profit organization or some food bank they can use to cook. We can donate, just not, because she's like, I won't go throw this all away and not give it to the family and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, so now she's baby bacon, and then I'll keep saying, it sound like I'm saying bacon, I probably am, shit, work with me here, not to say I want some bacon right now, but she's bacon vegan, I don't know why I keep saying bacon, okay, but anyway, so she's taking a step, there's nothing wrong with that, good, make sure you make sure you keep it tense, because if you want to be vegan, you want to be that. And then this happened just say earlier when her sister was walking around and doing the famous who don't touch the furniture and wasn't her flip-flop or sandals on fucking, did she just say white fur? So if you want to play that vegan role, vegan means no dairy, nothing of animals. And you don't wear nothing of animals. So why the hell is you got a fucking polar bear fur in the middle of your damn living room? Don't say the white fur, it better be furries, fluffy, but it better not be no real damn fur. If you want to start playing that vegan, that means everything in your life is animals. You better be in the arms of the angels like one of them animals say the planet commercials and call it a day. I just thought about that, okay? You can't say you're a vegan and you're dealing with anything that touches, harms, or anything of an animal. You do not consume, you do not wear, you do not eat or drink. You better not even wear your hair fake. I was saying, you know what I mean? So if you want to play the baby rug portion, let's see it. But that's what I'm saying is don't be talking about you got white fur in your damn thing. That better be just a joke. And you call about some vegan. And you better not open a book for some people Peter come with some damn poster talking about we taking over your event. So make sure you get rid of all your furs and every damn thing else. Come think about it. And now, this is a person who's a meat eater. I'm just keeping it real. I ain't about to sit here and lie and say I'm a vegetarian. Maybe once in a day. I mean, once every 3 months. But I'm just keeping it real. Like you can't sit here and say you're vegan and you're still wearing. You get what I'm saying? Okay, y'all. But anyways, so we go on to the last damn scene. We got Candy and Sheree talking. Of course, Shamia there talking for a second. You go around, got this lady, nice little hats, look like it's church going, whatever type of event almost. And then we got, virtually Portia and her sister comes through, and they kind of like talking. They're trying to even say to Sheree, I thought you were Kim. And Sheree like, what the heck you talking about? Whatever, but it was just awkward. So Candy eventually felt like, okay, it's time to leave or whatever, right? So she just like, oh heck no, whatever. Sorry, y'all, that's my phone ring. I don't feel like even pausing to even get to that. I'll get to that afterwards. So we got the scene where it felt a little awkward. So Candy was like, okay, let me slide to the left because I don't know whether she say hi to her or not, but Candy was just like, okay, let me just go over to the other side. And Candy's best friend, Carmen, came away, but she ended up sitting with her. But they still at the same big table or something, but she kind of is just staying away from there. So, anyways, they sat there and they're getting ready to do the games. This one game is like Shave with Your Mama game. You're supposed to be able to, I don't know if you twerk the palms out this Kleenex box that's wrapped around the waist. And I know, I forgot who the winner was. Sorry about that. So they have the next game where Sheree's there, and it's kind of like you put the wiener in the hole. And Sheree actually won that. Everybody is you wrap around the certain string by the waist, and there's a wiener, hot dog cooked, and they put. I'm surprised Portia didn't ask for these, meatless hot dogs. You're gonna be about that vegan like my. I'm just saying. So, but they put it, they kind of squat and they're trying to like lean to put all hot dog in the hole. Okay, so on top of that, they play that game. So Shamia all of a sudden is talking, and Candy, and especially Carmel, the one they really were talking shit with about. Surprised Portia didn't sit there and like get mad and go back and forth, but wasn't like that. But Shamia decided to go ahead, right, for Sherry and all the rest of them that were at the table, and kind of bring up like, what? This thing about you talking about, you can't come to my wedding and stuff. We both be good friends, whatever. And how Portia's like, we already had talked about it. I got this condition because, Sheree also has added too about it, I think, a little earlier at the shop. She's just like, like I said, the sesame seed, vertical vernissage, whatever she said, whatever, right? And how Portia, now she was just, I think, mostly what I got was just talking about it was the medical condition more so than it being, the price thing, but she's like, where I was, and they show flashback last year, she had a doctor's excuse. So Carmen and, and Candy, even though Carmen's the one talking more so like, what, hear her always got a doctor's excuse with every damn thing, whatever. And, she's like, I can't be my legs, I got low blood pressure. They gave a sort of flashback where Shamia was going there to check on Portia. She was sick or fell off or something where she collapsed or whatever. And, like I said, she just, like I said, just kept talking. But Shamia felt like, why you couldn't be there and find some way to go there. Because they already talked, like I said, we're at the African dress store. Shamia and Candy, and I think even right around at least had came to conversation like, okay, there's 7 of her friends that are attending also the wedding. And I think maybe first class tickets are like $5,000 or like, and Sheree even confessionals like, heck, you got jobs. Why is it difficult? You trying to say now it's a financial problem why she can't attend the wedding, And but like I said, Carmen all talking shit like, she talking about she trying to stay on going back, to this bridal shower thing. And she like this, like, Oh, she want to talk about she got to stay off her legs, but because she's usually up, up them leg, or they up in the air or behind her ears or something, just talking major shit. But I'm surprised Portia didn't take a hint to, but Portia knows they're talking shit, and she felt some type of way about that. Now, yeah, I could say, like, I could understand her asking. My whole thing is because she was surprised at her being there, but she's not attending the wedding. But it could have been one of those things that could have been, talked about on the phone. I'm just saying, this and that. But she kind of just put her on blast in front of everybody, almost. So that's how it ended. So she went outside to talk to Portia and had Lauren sit outside, because she's sitting passionately talking to her, like, you basically put me on the side. When she was like, when I hung out always with Candy, I didn't sit here and put you on the side, but basically she based it on that Portia, like, it was wrong what you did, basically, apologize why you can't be there for the wedding with those type of things. And Portia's like, I don't care what you feel right now, I already said what I said type of thing. Well, kind of like, as far as more, because Shamia feels still some type of way. And that's when Portia was like, you feel that type of way, whatever. And Lauren's like, I gotta go pick up my baby. So they basically left out, and that's toward the episode. You hear Samia talking outside, that bitch or something. I gotta choose some better friends or something like that. And that's how the episode ended. It wasn't really that entertaining, but like I said, Shamia still feels some type of way. And unless maybe because production or whatever, she did want to confront Portia again about the thing. Because like I said, when they got in a conversation before, she ends up talking to her in the car, and it had that somewhat that minor confrontation. Actually, Candy, everybody seemed like, well, not everybody, like Candy ended up leaving, and Portia them get ready to leave. And I think she ready to, but I know they showed Candy in the car, and I think they, I don't think they showed, I think they showed her and Todd talking earlier, but that was about it. But hugs and loves everybody, and I'll see you next episode. But like I said, that's the best I can do. Oh Lord, that's not y'all TV's phone tappers, whatever. that was me with my little table, and it just did the little shake. So that's my but let me get out of here, y'all. But that's all I got. So we'll see next week. Woo! Maybe it might be a little more interesting. All right then. Take care, y'all.